So for question B, I want to try to be helpful here and help you create a nice methodological way of approaching these problems. So if you look at it, I'm told that the output, right, f of x is the number 42. So the output is 42. F of x is 42 for some value of x, and we're trying to figure out what that particular value of x is. I have no idea where that just went to. Here we are. So what I'm going to do is these two expressions, right, the 4 times the quantity of 2x minus 5 plus 6 is equivalent to 42, right? F of x is 42. 4 times the quantity of 2x minus 5 plus 6 is 42. So that's the equation that I'm going to write. So I'll begin with writing 4 times 2x minus 5 plus 6. We're looking for a value of x that will make that 42. So this is where we begin. I guess I'll subtract 6 from each side first. If I take away you know what, let me distribute this. 4 times 2 is 8x, and then 4 times negative 5 is negative 20, and then plus the number 6 is 42. If I combine negative 20 and 6, that's negative 14. So I've got that 8x minus 14 is 42. And I'm going to add 14 to each side. So 8x would have to be 42 plus 14, which looks like 56. And then I'll use the division property of equality, divide both sides of that by 8, and get that x is going to equal the number 7. And if I place that number in here, right, 2 times 7 is 14, and 14 minus 5 is 7, and 4 times 7 is 28. I'm sorry, 4 times 7, 14 is 28. And if I have 28 and I add 6, I'm not getting an output of 42. Let me verify this with my calculator. Or better yet, let me just do some arithmetic. 2 times 7 is 14, and I've got 14. I'm going to subtract 5 and then multiply that by 4 and add 6. 14 minus 5 is 9, so I'm looking at 4 times 9 plus 6. 4 times 9 is 32, right? 30, no, 4 times 9, 36. And 36 plus 6 more is 42. Yeah, I was actually worried that this was incorrect, but no, when I plug in 7 into that, I definitely do get 42 as my output. So x is 7 is my solution for 3a. X is 7. For b, you know, it's kind of soon for this, but I will say I know something about the square root. In fact, the square root of a particular number does produce 36. In fact, the square root of 36 is 6. And this is a useful observation. Later on, we'll call this the looking inside method. But basically, I want to make this 2x plus 12. I want to make it the same as 36. Because if it is 36, when I take the square root of it, I will get this output value of 6. So I could subtract 12 from both sides. When I do that, I would get that 2x is 24. And if I divide both sides by 2, I would get that x is the number 12. So I believe when I feed 12 into this function, 2 times 12 is 24. 24 plus 12 is 36. And the square root of 36 is 6. So when x is 12, I produce an output of 6. So x will be 12.